Welcome to the 12th standard zoology class, unit 1, chapter 2. Today we are going to see the topic menstrual cycle. After hearing this topic, no need to feel shame, shy, fear or hesitation, because the reproductive system is like any other system in our body, like a digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system and circulatory system. So now let us learn about the menstrual cycle, because in our country only we are respecting and we are worshipping woman as a god. So no need to frighten or fear or shame to learn this topic. So let us enter into the topic. So menstrual cycle, it is otherwise known as what? Ovarian cycle. It's a one more question. The menstrual cycle, it is otherwise known as what? Ovarian cycle. It occurs approximately, that is for 28 to 29 days. Once in the month, the changes that takes place in the endometrium of the uterus. From it starts in that takes place in the reproductive life of the female. That is from the menarche to the menopause. Menarche to the menopause. So what is a menarche? Menarche means what? Puberty. Menarche means what? Puberty. So what is a puberty? When the reproductive system begins to function, that is called as a puberty. Then what is a menopause? When the menstrual cycle stops. When the menstrual cycle stops, that is called as a menopause at the time of the pregnancy. So what is a menstrual cycle? It is otherwise known as what? Ovarian cycle. This cycle takes place approximately, it occurs for 28 to 29 days. It occurs in the female reproductive system from menarche to the menopause. Menarche means what? At the time of puberty. So puberty means what? When the reproductive system begins to function, that is called as a puberty. It lasts from puberty to the menopause. That is when the menstrual cycle stops, that is called as a menopause. Then this menstrual cycle will not take place at the time of the pregnancy. So this changes that takes place in the endometrium of the uterus. So what is a endometrium? There are three layers of the uterus. The first one is a perimetrium, second one is a myometrium and third one is a endometrium. So all these cyclic changes takes place in the endometrium of the uterus. So endometrium is the inner lining or inner layer of the uterus. Next we'll learn about what are the phases of the menstrual cycle. So the first one is a menstrual phase. Then a second one is a follicular or proliferative. Say the term follicular or proliferative. Then a third one is a ovulatory phase. Then a fourth one is a luteal or secretory phase. So what are the phases of the menstrual cycle? First one is a menstrual phase. Second one is a follicular or proliferative phase. Proliferative means what? Multiplication. Rapid increase in number or else in the amount. Increases. So that is known as what? Proliferative. Then third phase is an ovulatory phase. Then fourth one is a luteal or the secretory phase. So what is your menstruation? The menstrual cycle. This cyclic changes occurs in the female reproductive system for approximately for 28 or 29 days once in month. It starts from the puberty to the menopause except at the time of the pregnancy. So what are the phases of the menstrual cycle? First one is a menstrual phase. Second one is a follicular or proliferative. Third one is an ovulatory phase or the luteal or secretory phase. So first we'll see about the menstrual phase. So this phase, it starts when the menstruation flows and it lasts for 3 to 4 days and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. So when the menstrual phase starts, it starts when there is a menstruation and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. And here what happens means there is a breakdown of the endometrium of the uterus. So what is the endometrium? The inner lining of the uterus. When there is a menstruation, there is a breakdown of the endometrium lining of the uterus and the blood vessels. Here the hormone plays an important role are estrogen and the progesterone. The estrogen and progesterone decreases its level. The estrogen and the progesterone, it decreases. Okay. Then our next one, after the decrease of the estrogen and the progesterone, the menstruation starts. When there is no menstruation means at the time of pregnancy, if the ovum is not fertilized, menstruation starts. If the ovum is not fertilized, menstruation starts. At the same time, at the time of this absence of menstruation may indicate pregnancy, then it may be caused due to the stress, then a hormonal disorder, and it may be caused due to the anemia. So what is anemia? Absence of decrease of the RBC. The RBC amount decreases, that is known as what? Anemia. So what are the points in the menstrual phase? When the menstrual cycle starts, it starts when there is a menstruation flow and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. So what happens during this phase? There is a breakdown in the endometrium lining of the uterus along with the blood vessels. Here at the time, the estrogen and progesterone, in the level it decreases. That is the hormones, estrogen and progesterone, it decreases. If the ovum is not fertilized, menstruation takes place. So this absence of menstruation may be indicator of pregnancy. It may be also caused due to the stress, or it may be caused due to the hormonal disorder. Is the points are clear? Next we learn about the follicular phase. So this follicular phase, it starts at the end of the 5th day of the cycle. At the end of the 5th day of the cycle, and it lasts till at the time of the ovulation. It starts from this menstrual cycle. It lasts for 3 to 5 days. After the 5th day of the cycle, which phase starts? The follicular or the proliferative phase starts. It starts from the 5th day of the cycle till the time of the ovulation. So what is a ovulation? The release of ovum from the ovary. The release of ovum from the ovary, that is known as what? Ovulation. Then what is a proliferative? Multiplication. Increase in the number or else in the amount, that is known as what? Proliferative. See here, what is the next point? Here the endometrium breaks down. But here, this endometrium, it regenerates because it is a proliferative phase. So the endometrium regenerates. So what happens in this phase? The primary follicles grows and forms as a mature Graafian follicles. The primary follicle grows and forms as a mature Graafian follicles. So here what are the hormones plays an important role here? There is a decrease in the level of estrogen and progesterone. So the hormone plays an important role are follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. This follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone increases gradually. The follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone increases gradually. So this luteinizing hormone helps in the secretion of the estrogen. Then follicular development. Helps in the secretion of estrogen and follicular development. So what are the points here? So when it starts from the 5th day of the cycle till the time of the ovulation. What is the ovulation? The release of ovum from the ovary is known as what? Ovulation. So at this time what happens? Endometrium starts to regenerate its layers. Here the main function, the primary follicle grows and matures as a Graafian follicle. Here the hormone plays an important role of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. So here this luteinizing hormone increases the secretion of the estrogen and the follicular development. Next we'll learn about the ovulatory phase. So this phase starts on the 14th day of the cycle. It starts on the 14th day of the cycle, and here the hormone plays an important role, or the luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone. These two hormones reaches the peak level. The hormones plays an important role of follicle luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone. These two hormones reaches the peak level. So in the middle of the cycle, this luteinizing hormone reaches the maximum level. That is called as a luteinizing hormone surge. In the middle of the cycle, this luteinizing hormone reaches the maximum level. That is called as a luteinizing hormone surge. Surge means what? A strong or powerful or a sudden increase on the or a sudden powerful upward or the forward movement, that is called as a surge. Then this luteinizing hormone ruptures the Graafian follicle. The luteinizing hormone ruptures the Graafian follicle. So when the Graafian follicle ruptures, so here it releases the ovum from the ovary. That process it is known as what? Ovulation. So what are the changes that takes place in the ovulatory phase? It takes place at the 14th day of the cycle. Here the luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone reaches the peak level, reaches the maximum level. In the middle of the cycle, the luteinizing hormone reaches the maximum level. That is called as a luteinizing hormone surge. This luteinizing hormone ruptures the Graafian follicle and releases the ovum. The process of releasing of ovum from the ovary, that is called as a ovulation. The next we learn about the luteal phase. It is otherwise known as what? Secretory phase. Here, what is a ovulation? The release of ovum from the ovary, it is known as what? Ovulation. So this ruptured Graafian follicle, that is the remaining Graafian follicle, is transformed into the transitory endocrine gland, that is called as a corpus luteum. So what is a corpus luteum? After releasing the ovum, the transitory endocrine gland, the Graafian follicle, the remaining part of the Graafian follicle is formed as a transitory endocrine gland, that is called as a corpus luteum. So this corpus luteum, it secretes a hormone that is called as a progesterone. It helps to maintain the pregnancy as well as for the maintenance of the endometrium. So if the fertilization takes place, the ovum is attached in the uterus, that is, it is implanted in the uterus. If the fertilization takes place, the ovum is attached or implanted in the uterus. If there is no fertilization, this corpus luteum completely degenerates and leaves a scar tissue. That scar tissue is called as a corpus albicans. It's a 2-mark question. What is a corpus albicans? The corpus luteum completely degenerates and forms a scar tissue that is called as a corpus albicans. The next we'll learn about the menopause. So what is a menopause? When there is no menstruation, or ovulation, that is a complete cessation or stops the functioning of the primary functioning of the ovaries. There is no production of the ovum, that is called as a menopause. It starts from the age of 45 to 50 years. So what are the changes that takes place in the luteal phase? It is otherwise known as what? Secretory phase. Why it is called as a secretory phase? Because The uterine wall of the uterus, secretes a nutritious fluid for the fetus. Hence, this phase is called as a secretory phase. Why it is called a secretory phase? The uterine wall of the uterus secretes a nutritious fluid for the fetus. Hence, it is called as what? Secretory phase. So, what happens in the luteal phase? The remaining part of the Graafian follicle is transformed into the transitory endocrine gland, that is called known as what? Corpus luteum. This corpus luteum secretes a hormone that is known as what? Progesterone. This progesterone, it helps to maintain the pregnancy as well as for the maintenance of the endometrium. If the fertilization takes place, the ovum is implanted in the uterus. This corpus luteum is completely gradually or completely it degenerates and leaves a scar tissue. Scar means what? Bud. Scar tissue, that is known as what? Corpus albicans. And then what is a menopause? When there is no menopause, when there is no menstruation, or else when there is no ovulation, that is the primary, complete cessation. Cessation means what? Stops. The complete cessation of the primary functions of the ovaries, that is known as what? Menopause. We just recall the menstrual cycle. So in the menstrual phase, so when it takes place from the 3 to the 5 days. That is, it occurs in the once in every month. It lasts for 3 to 5 days. With this follicular phase, it takes place from the 5th day onwards. This ovulatory phase, it takes place on the 14th day of the cycle. The remaining days is followed by the luteal phase. So here in the menstrual phase, what happens? The estrogen and progesterone decreases in the level. And here the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone gradually increases. In the ovulatory phase, the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone reaches the maximum level, reaches the peak level. In the middle of the cycle, the luteinizing hormone reaches the maximum level, that is called as a luteinizing hormone surge. In the luteal phase, the empty Graafian follicle transformed into the transitory endocrine gland, that is called as a corpus luteum. It secretes a hormone that is known as what? Progesterone. It helps to maintain the pregnancy as well as for the maintenance of the endometrium. In the menstrual phase, the endometrium breaks down. In the follicular phase, the endometrium starts to regenerate, and in the ovulatory phase, the ovulation takes place. So what is a ovulation? The luteinizing hormone ruptures the Graafian follicle and it releases the ovum. That process, it is known as what? Ovulation. The corpus luteum secretes a hormone that is known as what? Progesterone. This corpus luteum completely degenerates and forms as a scar tissue, that is known as what? Corpus albicans. So when there is no menstruation, that is known as what? Menopause. It says that the complete cessation or the primary functioning of the ovaries. When there is no menstruation or ovulation, that is known as what? Menopause. Next, we are going to learn about the fertilization and implantation. What is a fertilization? The fusion of haploid sperm with the haploid ovum. The fusion of haploid sperm with the haploid ovum. It results in the diploid zygote. That is called as a fertilization. So what is a fertilization? The fusion of haploid sperm with the haploid ovum. It results in the diploid zygote, that is called as a fertilization. Next, we are going to learn about capacitation. Say the term capacitation. So what is a capacitation? When the sperm penetrate the egg. This sperm undergoes the biochemical changes. The sperm undergoes the biochemical changes to penetrate the egg and to fertilize and to form a fertilization with the egg. That is called as a capacitation. When the sperms are deposited in the female reproductive tract, this sperms undergoes the biochemical changes or events to penetrate and to fertilize with the egg. This changes or process, it is known as what? Capacitation. It's a 2-mark question. What is a capacitation? When the sperms are deposited in the female reproductive tract, this sperm must undergo the biochemical changes to fertilize with the egg. That process it is known as what? Capacitation. So when the sperms penetrate into the egg, when the sperms penetrate into the egg, when the sperms penetrate into the egg, the sperms must penetrate the layers of the ovum. What are the layers of the ovum? First one is a perivitelline membrane. Then a second one is a zona pellucida. Then a third one is a corona radiata. Third one is a corona radiata. When the sperm penetrate the egg, it must penetrate the layers of the ovum. What are the layers of the ovum? Perivitelline membrane, zona pellucida and corona radiata. So when the fertilization takes place, when the sperms and the ovum, must simultaneously reach the fallopian duct of the female reproductive system. So what is your simultaneously? At the same time, it must reach the fallopian duct of the female reproductive system. This is known as what? Isthmus. At the same time, the sperm and the ovum, simultaneously at the same time must reach the isthmic junction of the fallopian duct of the female reproductive system, that the fertilization takes place. So here, after the fertilization, here when the sperm is penetrating the egg, the ovum, the follicle cells of the ovum, are attached together or cemented together by the substance, so that is known as what? Hyaluronic acid. The follicle cells, so this green color one, see the follicle cells of the ovum attached with each other by the cementing substance, that is known as what? Hyaluronic acid. So here, when the sperm reaches the egg, in the structure of the sperm, in the head, so it has a acrosome. So the acrosome, it has a substance known as what? Hyaluronidase. It is known as what? Hyaluronidase. So here, this hyaluronidase is released and it penetrates the layers of the ovum and then it fertilizes with the egg. After once if the fertilization is completed, the cortical granules of the cytoplasm of the ovum, it forms a membrane. That is known as what? Fertilization membrane. It forms as a barrier to prevent the further entry of the sperm. Thus, polyspermy is prevented. Is it clear? So, what is a fertilization? The fusion of haploid sperm with the ovum. It results in the diploid zygote. That is known as what? Fertilization. What is a capacitation? When the sperm penetrates the egg, the biochemical changes that takes place in the sperm, that is known as what? Capacitation. The sperm must penetrate the layers of the ovum. What are the layers of the ovum? Perivitelline membrane, zona pellucida and corona radiata. So when the fertilization takes place, at the same time when the ovum and the sperm must reach the isthmic junction of the fallopian duct. So here, when the sperm reaches the egg, the follicle cells of the ovum are cemented together by the substance that is known as what? Hyaluronic acid. So here, when the sperm reaches the egg, the acrosome of the sperm releases a substance that is known as what? Hyaluronidase. It disintegrates layers of the ovum. Once if the fertilization is completed, the cortical cells of the ovum form a barrier that is known as what? Fertilization membrane. Why it is formed is to prevent the further entry of the sperm, to prevent the polyspermy. Next we will learn about the implantation. And here, after the fusion of the sperm and the ovum, it results in the diploid zygote. So this diploid zygote, it undergoes a division. It forms two identical cells that is called as what? Blastomeres. Then here this blastomeres undergoes a division and forming a 4 cell stage, 8, 16, 32, 64 and so on. After 72 hours of fertilization, it is a 1 mark question. After 72 hours of fertilization, so this blastomeres is turned into the loose collection of cells. It's turned into the loose collection of cells, giving a berry-shaped cell. That is, berry is a fruit. So after the 72 hours of division, it forms a loose collection of cells. That's at this stage it is known as what? Morula. This stage it is known as what? Morula. The zygote undergoes division to form a 2 identical cells, that is known as what? Blastomeres. This blastomeres undergoes repeated division. After 72 hours of fertilization, it forms a berry-shaped fruit like a structure or the cell, that is called as a morula. That is, it is divided into loose collection of cells. That is called as a morula. So here, under the influence of the progesterone, this fertilized egg, that is a fertilized egg or the embryo, it takes 4 to 5 days. It takes 4 to 5 days. From the isthmic junction of the fallopian duct, it moves to the uterine wall of the uterus, and there it gets implanted in the uterus. Under the influence of the progesterone, the smooth muscles of the fallopian tube relaxes. It moves the fertilized embryo. It takes 4 to 5 days. From the fallopian duct, it reaches the uterus, and there it gets implanted. At this stage, this morula is turned into the hollow blast cell. It turns into the hollow blast cell. That is filled with the fluid. That stage it is known as what? Blastocyst. When the fertilized embryo move from the fallopian duct into the uterus. At this stage, the morula turns into what? Turns into the blastocyst. So what is a blastocyst? It is a hollow fluid filled cavity. So here this blastocyst turns into the, if the blastocyst is covered by a single layer of cell, that is called as a trophoblast. The blastocyst is covered by a single layer of cell, that is called as a trophoblast. It is filled with the fluid. That cavity, the space is called as a blastocyst. Space is called as a blastocyst. Then it is have a inner mass of cells. It has a inner mass of cells around 20 to 30 cells. It is called as a inner mass cells. So this inner mass cells only develops into the embryo. So listen, Nima. So under the influence of the progesterone, the smooth muscles of the fallopian tube relaxes and moves the fertilized ovum. It takes 4 to 5 days from the fallopian duct to reaches the uterus. So in the uterus it gets implanted. At this time, the morula is turned into the blastocyst. That is what is a blastocyst? It is a hollow fluid filled cavity. So this blastocyst turns, when it is covered by a single layer of cell, this single layer of cell it is known as what? Trophoblast. The cavity it is known as what? Blastocyst. And it has an inner mass of cells around 20 to 30 cells. So these cells are known as what? Inner mass cells. This inner mass cells, it develops into the embryo. Next we learn about the ectopic pregnancy. What's the topic? Ectopic pregnancy. So ecto means what? Outside. If the fertilized ovum stays in the fallopian tube itself and starts growing. If the fertilized ovum stays in the fallopian duct itself and starts growing, that is called as a ectopic pregnancy. If the implantation takes place outside of the uterus, if there is no implantation in the uterus, if the implantation takes place in the fallopian duct, that is called as a ectopic pregnancy. Can you understand? If the implantation takes place outside of the uterus, that is called as a ectopic pregnancy. So see here, if the developing embryo stays in the fallopian duct, when the embryo grows, it starts internal bleeding by the rupture of the fallopian duct. So it may result in the death also. It may result in the death of the person also. So what is ectopic pregnancy? If the implantation takes place outside of the uterus, sometimes it may take place in the ischemic junction of the fallopian duct. As the embryo grows, it ruptures the fallopian duct. It causes the internal bleeding. It may result in the death. Next, we'll learn about the monozygotic twins. Mono means what? Single. Mono means what? Single. So here, if the fertilized ovum, after the fertilization, it splits into two. It splits into two. That is called as a monozygotic twins. The fertilized ovum, after the fertilization, it splits into two during the first cleavage. That is called as a monozygotic twins. It may be of the same sex. Then it looks alike. What is a looks alike? It looks like a one another, and then if they share the same genes. They share the same genes. They are known as what? Identical twins. They are known as what? Identical twins. After fertilization, the fertilized ovum splits into two. That is called as a monozygotic twins. Next, we are going to learn about the dizygotic twins. What is the topic? Dizygotic twins. Di means what? Two. Two separate fertilized eggs. Two separate fertilized eggs or fertilized by the two sperms or fertilized by the two sperms. That is called as a dizygotic twins. That is called as a dizygotic twins. Two separate fertilized eggs are fertilized by the two separate sperms. That is called as a dizygotic twins. They may be of the same sex and they are non-identical. They are the non-identical. Next, we are going to learn about the Siamese. Say that Siamese. So here, if the twins are united, that is called as a Siamese. What is a Siamese? Or conjoined twins. If the twins are united, that is called as a Siamese. In the Martin film also, that is Surya. That is, the two twins are united together. That is called as a Siamese. So this class we learnt about the menstrual cycle, fertilization and implantation, and monozygotic twins, dizygotic twins and Siamese. Thank you, children.